Who is ready? Who is ready to jump into the Ween? Who's ready to get into the brown? Guys, it's been too long since we have gone to Browntown. I have my brown shirt. Got Christ. I have the Rooskies. We've got the brown Rooskies, which is to say the Wieners, which is to say fans of the band Ween. Now, I think that this is the album people say is potentially the most brown. I feel like this is the one that people say is the most brown. I'm really excited because as I'm going through this, it just occurred to me that Big Jilm is on this album. And I'm so psyched about it because that was one of my favorite from Live in Chicago. Not going to lie. Live in Chicago has maybe been my most revisited Ween. Also, random but true, I think I've revisited 12 Golden so many times in my last couple of weeks that it's really kind of risen up in the catalog of Ween. And when I say this, let's hop in here. I really think that right now, the order for me, this is maybe going to be a controversial thing to say, but right now, I think the order for me is going White Pepper, 12 Golden, Chocolate and Cheese, the Mollusk. And I thought that the Mollusk was going to be one that was just like not getting shattered, right? I've literally... Oh, and the pod, I mean, honestly, the pod's at the bottom. Honestly, the pod is at the bottom. But this is really where it is. 12 Golden Country Greats, it just blows my mind every time I listen to it. Every time I listen to it, it makes me laugh. It's hilarious. But it's hard for me to get past my Beatles obsession. It's really hard for me to get past my Ween loving the Beatles, obsession. But none of that is why we are here today. Why we are here today is for pure guava. Now, I have said Ween is one of the very few artists I am Quebec. Oh crap, I didn't even mention Quebec. Hang on, now I got to think. The Mollusk goes Oh man, oh man. Okay, White Pepper, 12 Golden, Quebec, the Mollusk, Chocolate and Cheese, the Mollusk, the pod. That's where I'm at. Bingo bango. Here we go. I love every single one of them, though. There's not a single Ween album I dislike. Other than, like, the pod was a harder one to swallow for me. That's just tough. And Shinola 1 might be elsewhere. It's just not on the... It's just... Oh, wait, there it is. Bingo bango. It's right there. Found it. Shinola 1. So, yeah, guys, we're hopping back in. This is one of the very few bands I said I was going to do the entire catalog of, right? Like, we add a few of them as we go through it, but this is one of the very, very, very few bands that I was like, every single thing that these people do, I'm gonna do. I'm obsessed, and it's one of those things where I've talked about it to some people like behind the scenes. I've talked about it occasionally on stream, but for a band or an artist to get me to do the catalog, they have to pass the lunch table test or just blow my mind. And Ween, Diener and Jeaner, Aaron and Mickey, they both passed the lunch table test off of the very first listen. I can remember the first time I listened to Ween when I jumped into the Mollusk album, and I hear Dancing at the Show Tonight, and I wasn't prepared for what I'd heard because I only ever went in knowing Ocean Man, and now it's a never skip song. Like, it really is a band that grew on me. The lunch table test is, would I have sat at the lunch table with these guys in school? And I know that that's a silly one, but that's really how it is. Would I have passed, do they pass the lunch table test? Were these guys that I would have probably, if timelines aligned, if, the moon and stars and sun aligned and we were just in the same place, would I have sat with them at the lunch table in school? Ween passed that immediately. And there aren't too many that have, you know what I mean? And so... yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I feel like these guys, and again, I relate to them in a very real way. So I am incredibly excited to hop into this one. Guys, do me a favor. Members of the chat, let me know. Have you heard this album before. And if you're a Ween-er, if you're first timing Ween with me, are you raw dogging Ween with me today? Let me know. This is a music discovery stream after all, where we discover music. So if you are a first timer, let me know. If you are a first timer, good luck to you. It's definitely for me and mine. I don't know if it's for everybody, but let me know, guys. First of all, thank you for being here. I'm going to hit the play button on this thing. Before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or join us on Kick or Twitch. These people over here are actually the best people. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I know I speak for all of us when I say we would love to have you by. And guys, this month, for the record, is the Deep Dive Tour. So if you happen to be wondering, each of the artists that you see on this poster, Fish, Steely Dan, Talking Heads, Bob Dylan, Ween, and Tool. Frank Zappa didn't make the cut for the tour because we did the Roxy movie recently. But those are a bunch of the artists that I said I was going to do a deep dive on, and that brings us to here. Without further ado, my friends, let's get into the Ween, the brown little birdie. Again, raw doggers and first timers, identify yourselves up front so everybody can follow along with your journey just the same way as some people decide to follow along with mine. Here we go. Little birdie. It feels immediately like this song kind of walks so the song that Zoloft could run. You know what I mean? Context. They did much shrooms recording this. Got it. Somehow that tracks. I don't know why I want to fly, try to decide, consider the little birdie. And then it try to get me down. I want to buy, make me fly, get me high so I can try. And then you try, little birdie, start to cry, so happy. Little birdie, why so happy? Little birdie, why so happy? Can I touch your birdie wing and try and hop in everything? Can the sun reach down on us and through the heavens only we would sing? I want the birdie make me laugh, see the birdie make me laugh, take a little birdie bath. I don't know why it got me high, I don't know why it cannot die. It sang too high and all the birds on the wings sang so together. I already love it. It's like it really does feel like kind of primitive versions of Ween. Like it really. I mean, obviously the timetable aligns for that, but it feels like you see so much of their repertoire kind of get built off of this. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know me. I'm a guy that likes the birds. I tell everybody to consider the birds in literally every single video I make. But it kind of has that little silliness, absurdism thing. It kind of feels like the music itself took a Zoloft. It's got that warbly thing. I can't decide if what I'm hearing is like a heavily modulated acoustic guitar. It's got a lot of kind of like a warble and modulation dynamic to it, which I'm very excited about. But it's that's just a really interesting guitar tone. that do 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 do.
I don't know why it cannot die. It sang too high, and all the birds on the wing sang so together.
Like, I can't decide if what I'm hearing is like they're just peaking the mics intentionally and then recording that. Was this recorded in a like on a 4-track or an 8-track or something? 4-track.
I saw little Birdy sing. He sang with glee and
Is this drum machine?
everything. He sang for spring and sang for me, and everything was so happy. I don't know why I want to fly. I tried to sigh, I tried to cry. I made it tie and then it tried to get me down. I want to buy, make me fly, get me high, get me try, and then you try. Little birdie start to cry, so happy. Birdie, little birdie, little birdie. Can I touch your birdie wing and fly and hop and everything? Can the sun reach down on us and through the heavens only sing?
This is one of those moments where you kind of feel like, is this a Diener and a Jeaner song? Are they both like, or is this Jeaner doing two different like his two different kind of voices? Because it seems like this could be Jeaner kind of doing his voice acting kind of thing, which again is one of my favorite things, that he like, to know that he's got this kind of kind of nutsy stuff, like the way he applies his high pitch and low pitch. It's really tasty. And to whomever it was that said there is a what is it, Daniel Johnston vibe, I'm almost inclined to believe it on the one kind of song I've heard with the rough and recording, the raw, kind of the rough and dirty feel to it. The album, let's see. And hey, thank you for them 100 tick old biddies. Excuse me. Thank you.
See the birdie make me laugh and take a little birdie bath. I don't know why he got me high. I don't know why. I don't know why. I cannot tie its song so high, and all the birds on the wing will sing together. So together.
It had, there's no better way to open up a. Did I just dab sneeze? Heckin' right, I did. There's no better way to open up an album on my stream than having birds mentioned. Birds mentioned. Guys, what do we do with the birds? We consider them. Honestly, this is somehow so quintessential sounding Ween to me. I really, really, really like this. Like, immediately right off the bangle, it's a ripper. And I think it's kind of one of those, like, kind of walking around silly things that it has some absurdism to it, but it's also got like some seriousness to it. Like, I don't know if it's kind of like, have heavy feelings kind of feelings. Sorry, my brain's everywhere. Ween recorded this album on just 100 bones. Elektra, the label where this was their major label debut, because Nirvana made albums go insane, thinking any weird indie band could just be the next Kurt, paid them $100,000 for this. A 100x paycheck. Can I get some W's in the chat for Diener and Jeaner for that one? What a business move. Heck yes. That is a buddy. Hecking right. That is fantastic. That I'm actually really blown away that That's maybe one of the best things I've read all day. I want to read that again. They recorded this on just 100 bones. Elektra, the label where this was their first major label debut, paid them $100,000 for this. A 1,000 times paycheck. Holy actual cats. Somehow, that just adds so much to the lore to me of who Diener and Jeaner are. That makes me so happy. In 19 and 92, how old are our fearless heroes here?
So high and all the birds on the wing that sing together. So together.
This was fantastic.
So together.
So together. You know, and when you said Brown, in my brain, I'm thinking I was going to get 19 songs of just like the F jam. They're 21, 22. Got it. Gotcha. Thank you, Danny the man with the pants. So you've got two voices here. You've got really loud mic, really quiet voice, right? And like even in my brain, maybe really, I don't even know if they were able to compress the voice with the 4-track. Were they? How did compression work with the 4-track? Do let me know if you have any context on the gear here. But you have them panned in different ears, right? So you've got this really interesting kind of rub to it where it's like they're both a little bit off but of one another, but that kind of adds like a beauty to the stereo soundscape. Listen. This is why you say taste the waste to me. Okay. Back when I was a younger man, I pumped gasoline and I was in Ween, and another band asked me if I wanted to go to Japan and play guitar with them. Well, Ween hadn't left the GD state of New Jersey at this point, and Gene Ween, as you can imagine, he was quite pissed off because all of a sudden I'm going to go to Japan with this other band. So, you know, we had a big fight about it, and he came down to the gas station and we talked about it, and I decided I wasn't going to go to Japan with these jerk-offs. And it turned out to be a good decision because good things happened for Ween, and we ended up going there 90 effing times ourselves. But after our little powwow at the gas station, we wrote the song together, Tender Situation. I still have it somewhere written on the back of the gas station slips. Diener. Can I just get some W's for a good story? Man, Diener is so cool. Honestly, the power of friendship, man. And I think that again, when you look at that, that's kind of one of those pivotal moments in your life that you look at and you have the ability to kind of remember from whence you came. And I feel like it's very cool that they kind of wrote this song and, you know, they themselves have the ability to look back and remember from whence they came whenever this song is played. Like they kind of know that they, you know, they did it. They like, and for Diener to turn down that opportunity, be there with his boy, like that's just so, like that's exactly the guy I imagine him to be. And it's kind of cool to know that that's the guy he is. Lunch table test, dude. It also feels like maybe this is a song that Walks So That She F's Me could run, which is maybe one of my favorite performances live in Chicago, seeing Diener cry, singing that song. And admittedly, in my relationship with my wife, I kind of have that like mind-blowing situation of just like I can't believe that she's with me. Yeah, and like I know it's a silly thing, but it in a weird way, having reflected on that song and listened to it for more than just the serious, like the kind of heavy parts, I get it. But it feels like this sort of similar vibe. Oh, it came before. Duh. Oh, man. I didn't realize it came before. I did know that. I'm stupid. Interesting guitar tone. Is Diener playing his strat here? Anybody else catching the fact that they're like getting ping pong, like their brain is currently the ping pong ball here between your ears? Brown. For a 4-track too, dude. 4-track, dude. I kind of like that though. Like, get off the pot. Like, I almost feel like in this case, the pot could be like the gas station or whatever, you know, they're both doing. Like, maybe this is them telling themselves, like, if Diener isn't going to Japan, or you know, and think about it, if he went to Japan, maybe he'd just be a guy called Mickey. You know what I mean? It's kind of an interesting like thing to think about. But maybe this is kind of their way of saying like, let's friggin' do this, dude. And I love that. Honestly, that song, it doesn't rip in the same way I've heard them rip, but it makes me happy. Stallion Part 3. Give me a moment. Where yep, thought so. Thought I had heard 1 and 2 already. Just had to verify. And going back.
Mach 10 at sudden speed, flying into the wind now. I'm throwing at my feet something of likeness to you now. I spotted you in the sun.
In the sun.
I called your name from a distance.
So this is, again, you're getting heavy into Diener's voice acting here, which I really like. Like, clearly there's some editing on his voice there. But, like, you can kind of hear it. I spotted you in the sun.
In the sun. I called your name from a distance.
from a distance.
I knew
Johnny!
you were the one. I called again. I do declare I can float in the air, and with some love from above, you must. Don't crest the weasel, and don't fall too soon. Don't seep the blood from the panther. Don't take a trip too soon. I'm the one holding the time back from the sun as I scope the lobe. I am the one who controls the sun.
How is he doing this with his voice?
And I know that things will pass as time elapses.
Also, is Diener using his ring mod on this? What does anybody have any kind of gear idea at what Diener's pedals situation is looking like at this time? Like, I'm so fascinated with how these dudes did this on a 4-track. Unreal.
The time back from the sun
Pitch
as I
shifter.
scope the lobe. I am the one who controls the sun, and I know that things will pass as time elapses. Time elapses through the sound of you and the things we could do. Just think of the master trying to fool the blast man. Check the cards at the table.
This
Scream
is making me
softly,
so
you
happy.
are able to see the sign of thine self as throughout the ages of time.
The
Things you
meter
thought
is
weren't
everywhere.
Going to climb the mountain, see the sun, touch the waves of the earth, feel the grass softly.
He's very articulate with his R sounds, like from grass. Like he rolls his R's for them, right? And it's super nice. But this see the sun line, it just hits.
See the sun, and going to climb the mountain, see the sun,
Yes.
touch the waves of the earth, feel the grass softly, and don't think for the one you know. I am screaming backwards in the sand.
Definitely like a song to myself. You know, when you said that, Sively, that's kind of Walt Whitman. That, you know, it kind of may be, dude. Maybe. Or walking through woods on a snowy evening.
Hey, dude, he's the Stallion. Yo, dude, he's the Stallion. Dude, he's the Stallion. He's the Stallion. Oh,
Yeah. Love you, Donnie. This is so nice. You know, so here I've said a lot. You know, I've discovered so many of my favorite guitar players in the last like 2 years of my life by really just getting out of my own way and not limiting myself to the music I already knew. And you know, in the last and I'm serious, I really thought like it wasn't going to get better than either of the Jimmies, like Page or Hendrix, you know, and in my brain there was so many things unexplored that as I've begun exploring, and I've discovered like Jerry Garcia in the last 2 years of my life. You know, I've discovered Trey Anastasio in the last 2 years of my life, or in the last year of my life, really, and Ween. You know, like some of my favorite guitar players. And everybody says like, who's your favorite guitar player? It's a question I get all the time, and it's a very, very, very difficult one to answer, and one that I don't think actually has a concise answer. But I think that, I don't know. I think that one of the reasons Diener is so close to the top, I mean, I think Jerry's probably my favorite. But I think the reason Diener is kind of up there is he plays like it sounds like he would just, you can hear his personality, kind of the goofiness, very serious player though, but without taking himself too seriously. And I think that like some of his parts seem attainable. Like it doesn't seem as far a stretch as like reaching for the moon as some guys do. It feels like he's your buddy that you could jam with. That's always going to be a little bit better than you at the guitar, but he's willing to show you his stuff. Like, and you know, I watched his guitar moves. It was one of those things where it was like I'd had a terrible day at work and I was literally laying down on the bed, and Mel actually was like, "Let's go to dinner. Let's get you out of your head. Like, let's go out." And we went out and had some Italian food. But I just needed to lay down, and I literally just kind of put on that guitar moves thing. And I can remember watching Diener talk about his guitar playing, and like seeing him play and kind of jam, and it just made me really happy. You know, like seeing him talk about the guitar, talk about his influences, talk about, you know, everything he's doing is really a ripoff of Maggot Brain, and you know, which is something I discovered with you guys on this stream, you know, is huge. The pedal he used was an Electro Harmonics Polychorus, using the built-in flanger. Thank you. I thank you very much. Yeah, I think there is just something. Is that the one where they were sweating bullets? Yeah, I think that they were out in Diener's shed, you know. But it just made him very relatable, and like to see him talk about playing, and like literally he uses his thumb more than any other guitar player I have ever seen in my whole entire life. But it's so kind of staple to his style. I really, really, really like it. And again, in this solo, I'm gonna run the thing back because I just loved it. Like, you have this kind of goofy sound. You've got this like kind of off meter, like 2-tempo in town, but it doesn't seem like he's trying to rip the guitar apart. He's a feeling player, and I love that.
Stallion.
If I ever get to talk to Diener, I'll ask him for all of us. As if. Like the fraps, they keep the fraps in there. Frapping right into my loins. And then just a nice clean resolve there at the end. Absolutely bonkers, dude. Totally honestly, I think the Stallion 3 was my favorite so far on the album. Like, just being real with you. Oh my gosh. Big Jilm is coming. Guys, I'm going to run an ad because otherwise it's going to happen in the middle of Big Jilm. And I don't want that to happen because I'm ready to be wheeling and a dealing. Guys, I'll be right back. Big Jilm. Guys, who's ready? Who is ready? This is one I'm juiced for. I've not heard the studio album. To me, right now, the definitive album of this song is Live in Chicago. Give me a second. Okay, got some context. Big Jilm is based on a real person, Jim Lemons, who worked at Dean Ween's father's car dealership when he was growing up. Pictured here is Mr. Jim Lemons, a.k.a. the real Big Jilm. That dude. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, guys, now we have an idea. Who is ready to pleasel my weasel?
Rolling and wheeling, stealing and a dealing.
Way browner than I thought.
Oh, evil, it's a blazer, it's a blazer. Oh, evil, big down. Dreaming and escaping, dreaming and bleeding. Big down.
That's really what it sounds like. Big Jilm. I really feel like that might not be too far how they got that sound.
Big down.
Big Jilm.
Froggy in the meadow, under the law. Big down. Rolling and wheeling, stealing and dealing. Big down.
They do the man.
Oh, evil, it's a blazer, it's a blazer. Oh, evil, big down.
Is this Jeaner?
Big down. What you thinking if they don't say big down? I mean, what's the biggest thing if they don't say big down?
Jilm.
Rolling and wheeling, stealing and dealing. Big down.
It's such a different experience right now.
Oh, evil, it's a blazer, it's a blazer. Oh, evil, big down.
Does anybody else, I just noticed this, does anybody else get a mild Lithium by Nirvana vibe from this guitar run?
Oh, evil, it's a blazer, it's a blazer. Oh, evil, big down. Dreaming and escaping, dreaming and bleeding. Big down. Froggy in the middle, under the law. Big down. Big down. Biggest thing you ever did, don't say big deal. Big deal. Biggest thing you ever did, don't say big deal.
Big Jilm.
Big deal. Big deal. Big deal. Big deal.
I'm not gonna lie. Going from the Live in Chicago version of that song to that song is a ride. You know what I mean? Yeah, Clarky. Can we get some shout outs from Big Clark? That guy is the best. So cool. I got so lucky with that dog. Big Clark. Big Clark. Old man Clark at this point. Guys, I'm not gonna, so push the little daisies. So hearing this from Live in Chicago and seeing what it became as a live thing is fantastic. And like truly, so this is the single from what you're telling me. Push the daisies, push the little daisies. Haven't I heard this one too? Was this on, this was on something, right? Or am I wrong? I feel like this one's the hit. Okay. Not heard it. Okay.
When you lie, kiss your baby, bye, bye, bye. If you're true, the whole wide world will love with you. When we see nothing's wrong with you and me, time will tell. It might even ring
Beavis and Butthead did this? How did I not know that? This was a lot of people's first Ween. It was divisive. Huh. Beavis and Butthead made it mainstream. Presumably, this one made Elektra back their 100K. Huh.
If you think that I'm a loser, well, you suck. 'Cause you know I ain't nothing but a user of your love.
Wow.
I can't get enough. But girl, it's true. The whole wide world is smiling with you. Push the little daisies and make them come up. Push the little daisies and make them come up. Push the little daisies and make them come up. Push the little daisies and make them come up.
When you say, so what's interesting, pushing daisies, that's like dead, right? Like, you not only are you saying, like, you'll be pushing daisies. Yo, Nate Moon Life, thank you for the Prime sub. So imagine Beavis and Butthead, Beavis screaming like this. It's not, I can see that. Yeah, no, honestly, I'm not averted.
Little daisies and make them come up. Push the little daisies and make them come up. Sometimes I know, and sometimes I'm on the go.
That's so true.
Coming back, so don't give me no flack. Yeah, it's all you. It's me too. It's your world. Use the girl. Use the girl.
Use the girl.
After this shit, things that might go click with me, click with you. Is that love? Is that love? Oh, push the little daisies and make them come up. Push the little daisies and make them come up. Push the little daisies and make them come up.
I feel like this is a hilariously aggressive way to tell somebody to just die. You know what I mean? Or like, hey, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing it.
Daisies and make 'em come up. Push the little daisies and make 'em come up. Push the little daisies and make 'em come up. Push the little daisies and make 'em come up. Push the little daisies and make 'em come up. Watch the little daisy grow. Little daisies grow. And just push the little daisies and make 'em come up. You watch them grow. Watch them grow as I push the little daisies. Make 'em come up. Make 'em come up. Make 'em come up. Make 'em come up. Say, push the little daisies and make 'em come up.
Well, I love it. I don't.
Daisies and make 'em come up.
This is a maddeningly silly song that absolutely feels like Cartman's voice got ripped off of this. And JK, I would not have pegged that until you said so, but it kind of makes me feel like, especially early South Park, very early South Park, before Cartman really got like a consistent and legible voice. I'm seeing it.
Push the little daisies and make 'em come up.
Very fair going off.
Push the little daisies and make 'em come up. Push the little daisies and make 'em come up. Say, push the little daisies and make 'em come up. Say, push the little daisies and make 'em come up.
Even the way it ends there, you know, it's like they kind of have that hard, abrupt stop. It's very much got that like clothes brushing up against each other kind of sound. Like it's almost, I mean, it's kind of mind blowing to me, honestly, that this was recorded on a 4-track. Just being real with you.
Smack dab in the middle of a situation overlooked.
He's doing
by
the double
fools.
voicing thing in either ear again.
Tables
If you're wearing headphones, you are smack dab in the middle of two of Jeaner's voices.
smack dab in the middle of a situation overlooked by fools. Tables turned, lessons learned. You get burned for playing by the rules.
What's up, Combat 5000, Brown AF Indeed? Welcome to the Rooskies, homie.
Time is lost, that's the cost, oh brother. You get shit on in the end. Scrape for $1, you'll die smiling, learning the same lessons once again.
Real smooth bass line in the back, too.
Oh, the car gets stuck from the get-go. Go, man, go. Oh, brother, not another motherfucker, gotta go now.
Listen to that. I feel like the Bloodhound Gang, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Bloodhound Gang, but as a younger teenager, I was obsessed with the Bloodhound Gang because they very clearly passed the lunch table test to a 13-year-old kid who thought the song Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo was hilarious. And that leads you into all of the other stuff, right? This kind of has like a sound like The Bad Touch might have gotten inspired by this.
Start from the get-go, go man, go. Oh, brother, not another motherfucker, gotta go now. Right, dude?
That's right.
The going gets tough from the get-go, go man, go. Oh, brother, not another motherfucker, gonna go now. Isn't that right, dude?
That's right, Gina.
So right. The going gets tough from the get-go, go man, go. Oh, brother, not another motherfucker, gonna go now. Isn't that right, Gina? Tell me true.
Tell me once
Yes,
again.
the going gets tough from the get-go, go man, go. Oh, brother, not another motherfucker, check it out. The going gets tough from the get-go, go
do
man,
like
go.
this a
Oh,
lot.
it's not another
Why?
motherfucker. The going gets tough from the get-go, go man, go. Oh, brother, oh, take it.
Smack dab in the middle of a situation overlooked by fools. Tables turned, lessons learned.
Even the little
You
laughs.
get burned for playing by the rules.
You know that happens, Gina.
Don't I know? The time is
You guys remember when I dunked really, really, really hard on the song "The Girl Is Mine" by Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, and I was like, I cannot believe they allowed the back and forth conversation to happen between those two guys. Like, why on earth would they be like, "I told you I'm a lover, not a fighter"? Well, Michael, she told me I was her one and only lover. You know, like, because they were in the middle of a love triangle, and we all realized that Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, in that context, were Eskimo brothers fighting over the same girl. You know, it kind of feels a little bit like they're doing a little bit silly version of that. You know that happens, Gina. Yeah, like that. I absolutely dunked on the song "The Girl Is Mine" and have very many times said I think that became my least favorite song in the world.
in the middle of a situation overlooked by fools. Tables turned, lessons learned. You get burned for playing by the rules.
You know that happens, Gina.
Don't I know? The time is lost, that's the cost, oh brother. You get shit on in the end.
The drum track is
For a
hilarious.
dollar, you and I smiling, learning the same lessons once again.
The going gets tough from the get-go, go man, go. Oh brother, not another motherfucker, gotta go now. Once again. The going gets tough from the get-go, go man, go. Oh brother, not another motherfucker, gotta go now. I think it's over now, Gina.
Oh God.
You hear the bass, how it was panning? That was also a nice little touch. They really do fly all over, like they fly all over the stereo spectrum, which is hilarious. But also, you just hear a lot of their influences, and I think the reason that this is kind of hitting me as like a grown man, right? Because I like that song really did kind of give me like a way less produced The Bad Touch vibe by the Bloodhound Gang. Also, minimally, the girl is mine. The voice acting goes into it, but it really feels like this is hitting kind of like a early days of what, like, this is singing to my teenager soul. Like, I can absolutely identify that if this was something that any one of my friend group put my attention to as a 13 to 15-year-old kid, I would be sitting here listening to a totally different band telling you about how cool Ween is. And I think that honestly, so much of their music has spoken to me in the places of life I am now, but also places of my life that I have been. And I think that like when I hear the younger dudes singing and making the music and kind of just, I don't know, seeing how it works in their earliest days, like in primitive days of Ween, it's kind of cool. I guess this isn't the most primitive, right? Like, what is there only the one that precedes? So we have two. This is their third album. So, like, yeah, I would still say that this is primitive phase of Ween, right? It's just kind of cool to see where it started and where it goes. And that's really exciting to me. honestly, this is not the kind of brown I thought you guys were saying I was gonna fall into. This is a way more, this is a so much easier brown to accept. And this one is Raggaejunkiejew. Oh. Okay. Hey, Night Scooties, love you, Maine. Jeaner's Jewish. Got it. Aaron Freeman, okay. They're doing the voice acting thing, I love it. Is Jeaner potentially referring to himself as the Raggaejunkiejew? Just so I know, and is making fun of a specific piece of S guy that was a white Jewish guy with dreads that stole his girlfriend. This is not him talking about Jewish people at large, just that one specific guy. Okay.
Get the fuck out of town. Go see Jamaica, motherfucker. Lay your dreadlocks down. All that you think is bullshit. And all the people you know.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker, I feel like got Towley's voice from this. What the voice you're hearing in the right ear. I really feel like I'm hearing like the inspiration for some of the voices that come from you know, maybe
Maybe some people will like to eat it. But I think you're a dick. What can you do? When your world is invaded by a Raggaejunkiejew. What can you do?
maybe Mr. Hanky too, dude.
When the people make you happy, they only make you blue. Come on.
Safarian. I'm sorry, I've read the lyrics. Okay. Whoa. She's brown, dude. The brown. You guys, are you noticing the panning? Raggaejunkiejew. It's going left, right, or right, left, right, left, right. Listen. Is that a collab? And Morse code? They're browning. They really are playing ping pong with your ears and your brain with some of these sounds. This is a brown fax machine for sure. Admittedly, not my favorite on the album. A fun ride for what it's worth.
You want to hear about the score?
No. Did it just hard cut? Slap my butt, no way. I really thought that was going to be one of those ones that had like a resolve, but man, hard cuts kind of just make me happy. I play it off legit. Not familiar with Beck much. I've heard like 2 songs. I've heard the song E-Pro and the song Girl. You now know my and Loser. So 3 songs. You now know my Rolodex of Beck songs.
I was out with Pat.
Was she shooting shit?
Yeah, but I played it off legit. Talking to some Joe, hanging out, shooting shit. Tries to tell me something. I play it off legit.
How did you handle it?
I played it off legit.
So pleasant when the sails of the seas overran gently.
Thank you, Black Market.
Forgot sorrow,
I
just
just play it off
legit.
legit.
They really do the doubled vocals, like the left and the right ear, hard pans, different things happening. Really a brain trip.
Sails of the seas overran gently. Slip no when you forgot sorrow, I just
play it off
legit.
legit.
I don't, Final.
Two-town in this bitch, okay? I'm checking out the shit laughing.
Yeah.
Later on, I'll fuck her.
Oh man,
She knows I'm legit.
she gotta know that
That's right.
from the start.
I feel like we're on a maybe phone conversation.
Shit.
Tell me about that sexy
A
scorpion.
sexy scorpion that stings with her wit.
Yeah.
I play it off legit because I know I'm legit. Yeah.
That's right, dude. I know you're legit.
I know
Love a hot dog.
You played it off cool.
my
I
mom
bought me a cool shirt.
Just randomly, whether in the YouTube comments or the Twitch chat, tell me how you do your dogs, like your hot dogs. Like, because I'm 100% like a basic, I just want the mustard. Literally, only mustard is my hot dog. You know, I don't mind a Chicago dog occasionally if I'm at a place that I know is going to do a good Chicago dog. But for me, I'm just going an all beef Frank, maybe a Hebrew National with some yellow mustard. There we are.
I wear I'm the shit. I'm really not that legit. My mom bought it.
She wasn't playing it off legit either.
Nah, she
But I
knows
was
I'm
legit.
legit. Richard Clap.
I'm sorry. Did you say tomato sauce in American mustard? Is tomato sauce on huh?
When you saw her,
I clapped when I saw her. When I found her, you split. When I'm on the go, you know I'm legit.
This is kind of haunting. This
You know
this
I'm
electric key
legit
sound.
On the go at that time.
you were looking
Got it. Thank you.
No, I'm legit. No, I'm legit.
Go.
Thought they were gonna rip it there.
Do me. Keep going. Tell him about Joe.
Talking to some Joe.
Some
They're
Joe.
hanging out, shooting shit.
Right.
He tries to tell me something.
Right.
Play it off legit.
That's right. You want to hear about the scorpion?
See, it seems. Huh?
About the scorpion?
Laughs. What? And am I about to hear I'll be your Johnny on the spot? Nope. Listen to this bass line. Okay. Very real. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sitting here seeing my life. This was profanity, like certainly superfluous profanity. Gratuitously superfluous profanity, but kind of fits. This is about the gas station. You can tell that he forgot the lyrics in the left ear. So, the other thing that's really kind of hitting me here is it feels a little bit like we cannot ignore the bass line that's happening right now. We simply cannot. Not all of their songs age well, but this is absolutely what it's like being in your 20s and working a crummy job. Also, to residents of the state of New Jersey, just explain something to me. How come it is illegal for you to pump your own gas? How come it is illegal for you to pump your own gas? For the life of me, I thought that this was a whole bunch of BS until me and my beloved flew to the New Jersey. I hung out with Tom Marshall, the lyricist of Fish. It was actually a fantastic trip. And honestly, I got to meet my beautiful wife's family. It was fantastic. Shout out to the lady Rooski, by the way, who's actually the coolest person ever. But why can you not pump your own gas? I did not know that. And as I'm driving to a gas station, I'm literally getting ready to get out and pump the gas. And Mel's like, no, you don't do that here. I was like, what do you mean I don't do that here? And she's like, no, you really don't do that here. And I was like, huh? And come to find out by talking to the rest of Mel's family, there is an entire generation of people that have never left the state of New Jersey that don't know how to pump their gas. Somebody explain it to me, because this is actually mind-blowing. I can hear Mel laughing in the other room right now because she knows I had this moment there too. Whoa. Let's go, dear. As a really short and quick guy, we even got the woohoo. Are you laughing about the pumping gas? Yeah. You cold? Love you back. Even if she never pumped her own gas until she was like 18. Oh, we get serious Ween now. Sarah. Real ethereal, reverby, chorusy guitar here. Oh, man. This is the girl he's divorcing and I don't want it. Oh, man. I understand it, but I don't want it. This is one of those moments that I think the transition from Pumpin' for the Man to the song Sarah. This is, to me, one of those quintessential Ween moments, right? Because on the same, like when you think about Quebec, for example, you have in the same breath the effed jam and I don't want it, right? Like you have these really gnarly, serious, deep, brokenhearted, tough to write about, like literally taking your heart off your sleeve and using it as the pen to write with moments. In the same breath, this is the same album that Big Jilm is on. And it's, when you think about it, like, it really, I think that they embody such silliness and, again, such seriousness. And when I say the lunch table, I mean that. Because when you think about the friends that you had at the lunch table, you know, if you were lucky enough to have kind of a tight group of people at the lunch table, there were times that you talked about serious stuff. There was times that you just BS'd about class. There were times that you talked about what you're going to do later for school, laughed about TV, whatever. But that, like, was maybe my earliest sense of community and friendship, was the lunch table. And I think their albums really quantify that in a lot of ways. And I think in similar, but also in different ways than what Fish does. And I think that there is certainly an explanation for the overlap. And I think if the crossover in the Venn diagram of Ween and Fish fans really analyzed it, you might find that maybe that is what kind of pulls you to both of them. It's that you see the full spectrum in there, even if they're delivered in different ways. There's certainly some, and again, I'm not bringing this up to bring Fish into this. I just feel like there is a similarity to my brain about the way the lunch table would work with those guys. And I feel like, you know, sitting down with Tom Marshall, who actually had a funny thing to say about how Ween crashed the stage when with his band Amphibian. Like Amphibian was out there playing and Ween crashed the stage, which is hilarious to me because that like sounds like them to me, right? But in that context, I think that there is like certainly an overlap there where even those guys probably saw each other as at least some sort of, you know, brethren of music and silliness and music. And when you hear this song and you see again that we just came from Pumpin' for the Man, and then you walk into Sarah, this beautiful kind of like love song that took a Zoloft and mushrooms. This is one of the hardest hitting ones on the album, dude. And Diener's guitar here. to be so kind of off, but also kind of on. It's like there's an intentional soft dissonance that kind of, but without going so far into the brown or being out of key, it pulls you. It's kind of slow hand technique, so it's really floating and ethereal, but also a little bit rough on the edges. But I think that's an intentional by design thing, and there's just something so nice to me about that kind of lead style. That bass dive. The harmony, the low harmony. That was so good. That was so good. They hit you between the eyes with these unassuming love songs after some of the wildest stuff ever. Like, it's again, I think it's what is such a, for me, kind of hook, line, and sinker thing. Think about the Mollusk. You go from I'm Dancing at the Show Tonight right into the song The Mollusk, which are wildly different experiences, but kind of equally captivating, and the different ways, but like it's the whiplash that makes me smile. Springtheme. Nice little bass taste. Taste the bass. Working LaCroix tonight. What are you drinking, boys and girls and people? Bish, that's a good one. I just finished my pamplemousse. I feel like it's more lyrical take for Ween than it is, the lyrical take is more Prince inspired. They're writing sexy songs, you know what I mean? It's not like you're hearing Purple Rain, you know what I mean? But there's certainly like a sexiness that might have come from Prince on this. Dude. This is guitar sounds. It's somehow hitting like a saxophone sometimes. I can't wait to hop back into live Ween. Because now that I'm like, I've heard so many more songs, and I've only heard live in Chicago and one live in Toronto song, Fluffy, live in Toronto. So that's the only live Ween I've got in my belt. Actually, no, I take it back. I got another one at as the older guys. So I will say that's I've gotten a couple of them, but yeah, it's definitely going to be do it all requests live. Okay, that might be it. Bingo bango. That was resounding. Okay. Flies on my dick. This is absolutely a Ween song. The pan vocals.
Sit alone on a hot sticky noon with flies on your dick. I'm just a boy with a gypsy nun. I love it when you stick me with your staff.
The fraps. Coming back for it.
Me with your
I'm obsessed. The fraps, so good. It might be a guitar mini moment where you're hearing the other one, or it might just be layered and you've got Diener doing it twice. I don't know. I could see it being either.
Mind fuck lady, smashed with a nightmare. All alone with flies on my dick. Have a beautiful pain. It always rains in your bed. When I'm wet with truth, I'll say it with sooth. I know what I must do. Sweetheart, none gypsy. I know what I must do. So afraid, I know what I must do.
I know. You know, the voice acting component to what they do. It's really, as I'm kind of compiling and getting ready to like start recording my own album or like my own music from home. I've really been writing a lot, and I really feel like that's something I want to try to experiment with. Is like, Aaron Crimson Raider tells me pretty frequently that I could, or has told me in the past that I could be a voice actor, and I definitely have always been told in like my personal life that I've got a lot of voices in my bag. Like, it's not something I necessarily do on stream, but I feel like people that know me in my personal life, you know, that get a "oh boy" out of me, or whatever. Like, I feel like a lot of people have I've got some voices, but I've never thought about using the voices in like a musical context. And I feel like Diener is really the first one that connected it to me, that I like, wow, I could maybe do that. And, it's like, I've always had the idea. I think everybody thinks about it. Honestly, I think anybody that like has a microphone at some point has considered it, but it's like, when I hear it done this way, it makes me kind of wonder, like, if I used voice acting things instead of singing things, that's totally, I don't know. I have a decent enough time imitating some voices. Like, I know I've got some voices in my bag, but when I hear this, it gives me just a creative inspiration.
I must do. So afraid, I know what I must do. So
This bass is sort of nice. I don't think that there's anything profound about the song that you're missing. I think that this is absurdist for the sake of being absurdist. Oh. The frap sound, I've just never thought about using in a musical context like this. If you listen to The Wait performed by The Edge, Jack White, and Jimmy Page at the very end of It Might Get Loud, that was maybe the first time I heard somebody incorporate fraps intentionally into a solo when Jimmy Page plays his solo, and it's all acoustic. The three of them have acoustic guitars, and it's really, really, really exciting to hear. And I think that was the first concept I'd ever heard of frap, like, but hearing it done in this context, it feels much more attainable than that. Oh man, Garrett, that would be Whiplash. I never considered that. I almost gave it a heart just for the solo, but that's a song that I'm just gonna let play through on the album when I go back and listen.
Brother weeping in the dead of the night. I said goodnight, you feeling alright? Gina said nothing and continued to weep. I caught Papa Gina Ween crying in his sleep. I saw Gina crying in his sleep. I tried to wake him up, but he ain't on a peep. I saw Gina crying
They kept it in there.
Love can be tough.
You think that this one walked so that 12 Golden Country grades could run? You think?
Sometimes you think you've seen enough, but you can find a diamond in the rough. But when it's time for bed, you shouldn't think about that stuff. Yeah, I saw Gina crying in his sleep. I tried to wake him up, but he ain't on a peep. I saw Gina crying in his sleep.
You know, it's kind of sad to me that this is like literally we are 13 songs in, and I'm sitting here looking at the remaining amount of songs and really, really, really wishing that it wouldn't end. This has easily been one of the best first impression albums of theirs I've had. Like, this is so good, but I think it's just one of those, like, it didn't I wouldn't say stinkers, but just kind of like not ones that hit the hardest for me. But some of the sounds that you could see are birthed on this album go on to make some of the most fun sounds later that we get. And I mean, as a person that's really lived in the studio albums that I've heard so far, it's exciting to see what this translates to in the future. Also, when you recognize kind of the evolution of what they've done, seeing the young men and then seeing the dudes that were my age making music, it's really nice. Now, seeing them as like grown-ups, you know what I mean? And I'm saying that as a grown-up, I get it, but like seeing them at this phase of their career, or at least when they last played, is just very interesting. You know, Jeaner's not the thin dude with long hair anymore. He's like a David Gilmour looking dude with a songbook, and you know, it's like you realize that's a lifelong friendship. You know what I mean? Like a lifelong friendship. It's super super. It's very brown, and in fact, I feel like it's not as brown as some of the other stuff I've heard. Like I feel like the pod is maybe the most brown I've heard, but this has just been like such a it's been an easy pill to swallow, dude. Yes, I did hear this on live in Chicago. This song really evolved by the time you get to live in Chicago. Holy cats.
Don't think it's funny when she's dogs to do. Baby, you've been lazy and ain't it crazy when you think it's all smooth. Just not too much smooth. Why my brain so muddy? Why I feel like bugging when she walking to the blue?
And just if anybody's hearing this for the first time, again, first timers, identify yourselves. Just so you know, when they perform these things live, the virtuosic performance of Jeaner's voice will actually mind blow you, because it's not the edited heavy thing going on, right? Like it doesn't have nearly as much of the brown component to it. Like when you see the men play, when you see the band that they end up having as you play behind them, when you see Diener rip the solos live, knowing that they're not a jam band, but they're a band that can certainly jam when they want to, and you know, when you see just how Jeaner has 4 different versions of his own voice, it's interesting.
Sonny, ain't it funny? I don't think it's funny when she starts to do. Touch my penis smooth tail. Take it down for me. Bring me on.
The double bends. Maggot brainy. Actual brown lyricism. Mourning Glory, like the English or Canadian mourning, or like sad likeness. Actually, they don't spell mourning like that in England. Here we go. Sorry to break your sobriety, but this song is an acid trip. Got it.
I swear to God.
volume swells with feedback. Okay. How are they making these noises? Because you can hear a in the background that's going really, really, really slow. And honestly, I think I'm bobbing my head just trying to find a rhythm. Why do I feel like I'm hearing We Will Rock You behind all of this? Oscillation too? Recorded feedback? Huge swells? Left ear. Marty McFly, real serious. I just connected it. Your kids are gonna love it. Man. Yeah, honestly, Kieran, that's actually not a if he was singing into like a humbucker though. Because it's like you gotta have a lot of gain, maybe some compression in there to really get a voice to come out. And you gotta like really get up into that thing, like just like loud into like the pickup for it to happen. But that's actually maybe not a bad way to describe how they're getting the voice. That is probably the closest thing I've heard. That's maybe, honestly, you saying that really just kind of connected the dot to me. That could potentially be how they're getting this raw and dirty.
The two pumpkins looked at the little man and he said, why would he be such a jerk? I know that he doesn't smoke drugs, and he doesn't do cocaine, and he doesn't shoot smack, and he doesn't even drink beer. Why would he be such a fucker to me?
Why would they be such fuckers? All they wanted to do was pumpkins. All they wanted to laugh at was the pumpkins. And the little guys say, don't you hear me, funk? I take you back. I take you back. Get out of the woods. Get out of the woods. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
I'm sorry, Bort. That was just a hilarious. My coworker's been giving me funny looks all afternoon. And to think about the fact that we're going to whiplash all of us right into Bob Dylan after that.
Stop the tape.
Does Roses Are Free reference this song? Holy cats. Carve out a pumpkin and rely on your destiny. Is Ween being self-referential? God, no. Maybe it's not an intentional reference, but maybe it is. You know, I like to live in a world where I like to wonder, like, I kind of like to Schrodinger's cat myself in scenarios like this, where I choose to believe it's both it is and isn't, because it's the only way I can exist. We've got to run an ad. So it looks like we're going to come back and finish out the last 4 songs together. Buckle up. Wipe your pants. All right, let us go. Let's finish this beautiful thing out, shall we? Bingo bango. Loving You Through It All. Wait a minute. Did it stop stream? Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Okay, we're good. For a moment, I was like, Clarky, you knocked down the arrangement. Did you want to be a decoration? W's for Clarky, who's laying right there. Let's bring it back. Sorry. Diener sings this one. Noise. You hear loving you go left or right to left here. It feels like it's almost like and then the good and bad sun and rain. Like it's almost like they intentionally had it to be kind of not in time in those parts to create a little bit of a rub.
Sun and rain and sun, good bad rain and sun, loving you through it all. Through it all, loving you. Through it all, loving you. Through it all, through it all, loving you. Through it all.
Oh man.
Good and bad, sun
guitar and a man.
Coming back through it all. Loving you through it all. The captive, bad, sun and earth.
I'm dying to see them play one day.
Loving you through it all.
Just as long as they're in good health and happy.
Loving you till the end.
Like, I want to see Ween really badly. And I'm going big Walt for this. I want to see them really badly, but not at the expense of anybody's mental health or potential throwing away sobriety that's been earned, because it's earned. And as much as I hate that I don't get to see them, I'm still overjoyed that I've found them. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, I've listened to the music enough. I've lived in the albums that I've gotten to hear, and really extensively listened to the ones over and over and over again. I was talking to Mel about this. Like, of some, Ween and Dylan are genuinely two of the artists I continuously return to in my private life. When I'm away from stream. And there's some of them that just stick with me, like Hard and Heavy. Giz, another one. Like Fish, another one. There's gifts of music that have come from making these videos with you guys. And when I hear things like this, it's like, the selfish part of me wants to see them again, but the unselfish part of me is like, you know what? As long as the dudes are happy, if they never make Ween or go back to being Ween, I'm okay with that. If I don't get to see them, if I found them too late, it is what it is. As long as they are alive and happy, I am happy. I mean, that's as honest as I can be about it. It's one of those things where it's like, I hear music and I can't help but see the people in this and not the band. Does that make any sense to you? I don't know another way to put it other than I feel kind of like a kindred spirit to these guys. And I've said the same thing about a couple of different artists, but this really feels like that. It feels like my buddies made an album, and I'm going to be a fan of it because my buddies made it, even if the music is goofy sometimes, even if it's like, what did you just make here? Like, fellas, what on earth was the sound you just made? And I would laugh about it with them, even if it wasn't my favorite. And I feel like there aren't too many bands that I would say that about. Like, if I hear a song that isn't for me, it's pretty hard to still find a way to like it, right? But like with these guys, and even like with Fish, like, or Giz, like Vegemite from Giz is a perfect example of a song that, like, it's kind of a silly one, and where I would be like, Stu, that's kind of a weird song, dude. Why'd you write it? But I'm still gonna like it because Stu would be my friend. Not like that I'm saying it as a parasocial thing, because honestly, like, I don't view my relationship with the music as a relationship with the men, but I see the men through the music, and it makes me have a different kind of care for it. I think a lot of people that watched Ween kind of fizzle out probably feel the same way. I feel like a lot of people that saw Fish take their long hiatus felt the same way, and then there was this overjoy when they reunited in 2009. And I feel like, it's because so many people saw the men and not the band. And Ween is one of those bands that I'm able to see the men and not the band. And I really appreciate that about them. Hey, fat boy asshole. Okay.
Hey, fat boy, come here. You killed my mother.
Did Strong Bad's voice get inspired? Was Strong Bad inspired by Ween too?
Fat boy, come here. You killed my mother. I'm gonna kill you. Hey, fat boy, come here. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Hey, fat boy, asshole, come here. You killed my mother.
you don't think the movie Princess Bride? Princess Bride? You killed my father. Inigo Mang Toya. Okay. Hard cut. Okay. 2 songs to go. Don't get too close to my fantasy. Lots of numbers. No, I'm saying they saw Princess Bride and used that influence in the music. I'm not saying it's vice versa. Don't twist what I'm saying here. I know Princess Bride came out earlier than that. I'm just saying I'm willing to bet you they watched that movie and thought, you know what we could do? You killed my father.
Don't cry, little boy. Your daddy's with you now.
Very Bowie.
It won't be long anyhow. It's just around the corner. The destiny that I embrace with you. Oh, don't get too close to my fantasy. Don't be afraid to clutch the hand of your creator.
Even I mean, honestly, Tenacious D 100%. It took inspiration from this. Also, this is another one of those whiplash moments on the albums that I was talking about, where you go from "Hey Fat Boy Asshole" to "Don't Get Too Close to My Fantasy," and it's such a silly to serious kind of transition. It just makes me smile.
Don't get too close to my fantasy. Don't be afraid to clutch the hand of your creator. Stare into the lion's eyes, and if you taste the candy, you'll get to the surprise. Stay calm, little dreamer, and drift off into dreams.
A little bit of a Starman by Bowie vibe there.
Stay calm, little dreamer, and drift off into dreams.
Yeah, Live in Chicago was one of my favorite streams I have ever done, period. That was and that's that literally made my wife feel like the brown was acceptable. Like, yeah, Live in Chicago is the reason Mel is okay with Ween, and it literally got her to listen to the studio albums. It was such a good transition. I literally even made a video about it and named it "How to Get Your Wife to Like the Brown."
Little dreamer, and drift off into dreams. The gentle kiss of night is better than it seems. It's just around the corner. Close your eyes and soon you'll be with me. Oh, don't get too close to my fantasy. Don't be afraid to clutch the hand of your creator. Stare into the lion's eyes, and if you taste the candy, you'll get to the surprise.
And then this. The offbeat claps there. And the bass.
Don't get too close to my fantasy. Don't be afraid to clutch the hand of your creator. Stare into the lion's eyes, and if you taste the candy, you'll get to the surprise. Oh, don't get too close to my fantasy.
He's pushing.
Don't be afraid to clutch the hand of your creator. Stare into the lion's eyes, and if you taste the candy, you'll get to the surprise.
I'm really sad that this album's about to be over, dude. I'm really sad that this album is about to be over. Poop Ship Destroyer. Clarky is not a fan of the boxes. Are they Trekkies?
Push it on into systematic overdrive. You know what to do. Let's cruise past all the golden tube. Makes me blue. This
Golden
thing's
poo.
on a bucket of barrel. Woo-hoo.
I can't believe we went from that last song to this one. I mean, I can, but
Ship destroyer.
you can literally hear bubbling stomach and fart noises.
Ship destroyer. On the big ship. Ship destroyer. Let me gain all the frequencies on channel 2. I've been chewing on this brownie, and I think I'm almost through. Let's cruise. The chocolate stew was you know who.
Okay.
I told you to jam the frequency. This section card to buy you. Everybody, poop shit on the poop ship destroyer. The poop ship on the poop ship destroyer.
How is this sticking the landing so hard? Man. Boy, man. I really like Ween, guys. Like, it's so I tasted the waste, you know? Like, I get it. And what's interesting is I think just kind of going back to what I was saying before, like, not every song hits, but every song I feel like my buddies made, and I can find enjoyment in the fact that I know that they had fun making it. And yeah, this band did the Argus. It's just I very much just feel like I get these guys. It's a silly humor. It's like a, you know, it's guys that make dick jokes and fart jokes, and at the same time have the ability to sing about heartbreak and love, and uh and being anxious and just like hating your job, and like somehow all of it gets rolled into one, and it pulls from so many different musical influences that I also have. uh and like to know what they can do, to even minimally in a live context, and to know how much they change their songs, and like a lot of the silly and brown kind of gets replaced by like virtuosic singing and guitar playing, and like just a ripping band. It's just huge. It's just huge. I think I'm going probably to a live something next. Just out of an exciting, like, I want to see the guys do live. I might go live Ween next. I might return to studio catalog. I think when I do, I'll probably just go in chronological order and just finish it out from there. Because again, I've said I was gonna do the catalog, right? So yeah, a little bit of a here I come Constantinople. Still no duck stab, but no one. Bach is, yeah. This is great. This is really good. I really, really, really love this. Honestly, guys, let's put W's in the chat for the guys, Diener and Jeaner. Let's seriously and just wish them well and whatever outcome they decide for themselves, whether they get the band back together or whether they just continue to be happy individuals doing what it is they do. Uh, because again, I feel like they made enough music to the point that we're all gonna get to smile and celebrate them for the rest of our lives. Maybe it's one of those times where it's time for them to celebrate and just be happy. Um, I've gotta say, in addition to just getting to listen to music with my friends, here in this context with you guys, there's just something really easy to fall in love with when you can look past kind of the silliness and the what's going on noises. I feel like this band absolutely is a band that doesn't have to take themselves seriously to be inspiring and fun and different and unique. And it really, in some ways, I don't know, it doesn't have a creepiness to it that a lot of times some muster. It doesn't have too much of a heaviness to it. It feels both lighthearted, but with the ability to just take itself seriously. And man, I really loved this album, guys. I'm not gonna put it in a ranking right now, just because again, it's got a recency bias to it, and I'm really excited about it. I'm kind of excited to have another album to kind of listen through, see what songs are growers, see what songs were showers. Um, yeah, I just I really, really, really like the way they approached at this, and it kind of reminds me of being a younger man. You know what I mean? Like the music I made in my band when I was in my 20s sounded tremendously different than this. But I will say it's like it does give me kind of fond memories of like putting songs together with the guys and the excitement of like something coming together that we were proud of, and you know, that they were able to like make this for $100 and make $100,000. It's just a baller story. It's a win. This was a win. This was an awesome album. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.